Start the recording. And we're off. Good. Okay, welcome to session 3 of my yoga class. So we'll just continue what we started in the previous class. So let's just start with just by sitting in a comfortable position, just sitting cross-legged, and just take a few breaths. Just take a few deep breaths and let yourself relax a bit. So just let go of your day. Just keep the focus on your body and your breath. So take a few breaths and just scan through your body. See how you're feeling. Do you feel any tightness somewhere in your shoulders, maybe your back, your hips? So the yoga session we're going to do will help you sort of take some of the kinks out and help you release your stress and improve your well-being. So we'll start with on our hands and knees. So as you exhale, start arching from the base of your spine and dropping your head. And then as you inhale, you look up and just going back and forth with your breath. You can close your eyes if you want. And just going back and forth with your breath. Inhale. Looking up, exhale, arching your spine. Good, and now switching to the dynamic variation. As you exhale, bring your knee and nose towards each other. And inhale, take the leg back, look up. Going back and forth with your breath. Make sure that you can hear the sound of your breath. Breathing through your nose. And release. Change sides. As you exhale, bring your left knee and nose towards each other. And look up. So exhale, arch, inhale, look up. Just going back and forth with your breath. Good, and just coming back to center, we're going to do our shoulder blade stretch. So taking up the right arm and exhale through and just resting on the top of your shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Keep breathing deeply. And changing sides. Inhale up the left arm and exhale through. And again, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Good, and I'm just going to rest in child's pose. So just taking your heel to your bottom and just resting. Make a pillow with your arms, support your head, and just relax. Just keep the focus on your breathing. Taking nice full breaths. And now coming to standing. We'll do our sun salutations. So I'll just do it sideways so it's easier for see. So stand with your big toes together, heels slightly apart. Pull up your kneecaps. Draw your shoulders back and down. Put some weight in your arms. And let's start. So inhale and exhale. Bring your palms together by your chest. Inhale, arms up, parallel with your ears. Exhale, forward bend. Bend your knees so you're comfortable. And then exhale, take your right knee back, drop to the floor, and look up. Good. And then other leg back. Hold your breath here. Exhale, drop onto your knees, chest and chin. So your tummy is actually lifted off the floor. Good, and release, inhale, cobra. And exhale, push up into downward facing dog. And just push into your hands. and try and really lengthen. Bend the knees and try and lengthen in the lower back. So neck and shoulders are relaxed. Good. And now drop onto your right knee, bring your left foot forward, and other leg forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, and exhale. Say it again on the other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, right leg back, take your knee to the floor and look up. Other leg back, hold your breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Push on your hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then drop onto your right knee, bring your left foot forward. And other leg forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. And exhale. So we'll do the left side one final time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left leg back. Take your knee to the floor and look up. Other leg back. Knee, chest, chin. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop onto your left knee. Bring your right foot forward. Other leg forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. And exhale, release. Good. So we'll just do a few more stretches. So first we'll start by just sit in a comfortable cross-leg position. And we're going to just bring the soles of our feet together. So bring the soles of your feet together. Push on the elbows, put your elbows on your thighs and just gently stretch forward. And just release, exhale and release. Good, so keep breathing, use your exhalations to release in your groin. Good, and then inhale coming up. Okay, and then now what we'll do is, let's actually, so what I want you to do is just go onto your hands and knees, take your right foot, take your right knees coming straight over your hip, and then you have your heel in line with the opposite groin. So you just actually have your, so you're like this. Just see if we can do that for you. So you're just actually like this. Okay, and then so just stretch. So just rock a little bit and just stretch out your hip. Good, and if that's comfortable, you can go onto your elbows. If that's not comfortable, just stay up on your hands. If it feels okay, you can go onto your elbows and just rock it out a bit. Okay, and if that's comfortable, the next thing you do is just bend the other leg up. Good, and release. And just come onto your hands and knees. And this time bring your left foot forward. And just release again. I just felt a nice click in my back. So I got some release and just gently open up the hip. Good, and then release. And now we'll just come to a seated position. And you're just going to support the right leg with your arms. You can keep the other leg straight and just support the leg with your arms and just gently work the foot up a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip. Good, and now release the foot onto your thigh. And just sit up straight and just gently release. So we can gently release in the hip a little bit. So your knee may be quite high, but that's all right. Just just breathe and release. Good, and change sides. And just supporting the leg with your arms and lifting it up. Wherever's comfortable. Just keep sitting tall, breathe and release. Good, and release the hip onto your foot onto your thigh and sit up nice and tall. Just breathe for a few minutes, for a couple of seconds. Just keep breathing through your nose. Good, and straighten your legs and release. I'm sorry, is it okay? Yeah, I'm just seeing this. Just make sure it's not too blurry. Okay, that's fine. So just lie on your back, hands by your side, and start by lifting up the right leg. And exhale, release. Lifting up the left leg. Exhale, release. Lifting the right leg again. And exhale, release. And the left. Exhale, release. Now inhale the right leg. Interlace your hands. Catch behind the thigh. Good. Bend the knee in towards your chest. And now start to extend through your heel. Straighten the leg. Your leg may not straighten all the way. It doesn't matter. And rotate your ankles. So you'll see your ankles will crack a little bit. So it's a good stretch because they really get stretched. And rotate your ankle the other way. Good. And just come back to the middle. Push through your heel. Extend your leg a bit more. That's it. Keep breathing and releasing. You should be feeling a nice stretch in your hamstring. Good. And then just bend your knee down. Release your hand and bring the foot to the floor. Inhale up the other leg. Interlace, catch behind the thigh. And extend the leg. So just make a circle with your ankle. Good. Circle the other way. And then extend the leg. Good, and release. Release behind the thigh and just straighten out both legs. Shake out your legs. Good, now hug the right knee to your chest. Keep the left leg straight. Use your hands, draw the knee right into your chest. And breathe and release in the groin. Good, and change sides. And draw the knee right into the groin. Good. And now just bend your knees, interlace the hands behind your head, and just lift up your head. Don't think of going up, just lift up your head, tighten your abdominal muscles. So you're working purely on your abdominal muscles. You don't want to strain your lower back. Good, and then release. Just bend your knees into your chest. Make a circle with your knees. Good, and then just roll over onto your right side and come to sitting. So we'll finish off with one final stretch. So just sitting on your ankles. If that's uncomfortable, you could just sit in a cross-legged position, whatever is comfortable, whatever is right for you. And then we would just stretch out our shoulders, whichever position you're in. Start by just putting your hands on your shoulders and gently rotating your shoulders forward. Starting to release any tension. There's a lot of tension that builds up on our shoulders, especially if we do a lot of office work. Out of the way. Good, and full circle. You should begin to feel a bit of release in your shoulders. Keep breathing. Breathe through your nose. Good. One arm up, one arm down. Interlace your hands behind you and just gently stretch forward. And come up. Putting the left arm under your right. So if they don't reach, that's all right. Just hold them, lift them, and hold them. If you can wrap them, and breathe and release. Good, and release. Right under the left. Again, just get your arms where you can. Again, you should feel a nice stretch between your shoulder blades here. Good, and release. Now we're going to do our standing sequence. So we'll start with mountain pose, big toes together, heels apart, standing up nice and tall. I'm just going to lift, inhale the arms up, and exhale, release. Inhale and breathe through your mouth and release. And one more time. Inhale and exhale, release. Good. So now just keep breathing through your nose. Inhale up. Extend, extend. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. Try and just float up. Imagine you're just floating up. And exhale, release. Good. Now we're going to go to tree pose. So I want you to shift the weight into your right leg and get your left leg into position. So wherever you can maintain your balance. If you have trouble with balance, just keep your foot a bit lower. If it's okay, you can actually put it above your knee. Don't have it against the knee. And just have your hands in prayer position and just look at a fixed point in front of you. And just breathe and release. Good, and exhale, release. Good, and now just interlace your hands, turn them toward the ceiling, and just exhale to one side. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Okay, now we're going to do thunderbolt pose. So what, you have your feet together and just bend your knees and extend the arms up. So your knees should be above just above your feet. So you can just, So wherever is comfortable. If you can go down a bit more, you can. Otherwise, just hold it and just look up between your hands. And breathe and release. This is a really good grounding posture. Also strengthening as well. Good, inhale and release. So we'll do our standing sequence, triangle. So turn your left foot out at 90 degrees. Rotate your right foot in a bit towards your left. Inhale the arms up. And just bending from the hip, lengthen forward. Drop your hands on your shin and look up. Turn and look at your hands. Look at your thumb. So you're trying to work that top hand back. Good. Keep breathing, keep your concentration. Focus on your breath and the posture. And just see what you can soften. Where can you soften? In your hamstrings, in your hips, in your thighs, in your back. And just keep softening. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, and go onto the other side. Triangle pose, turn and look at your thumb. And take 3 deep breaths. Good. And we're going to change it, and then we're going to do warrior 3. So this time you're going to bend the front knee. You're going to have your feet a bit wider. So the front foot is turned. Make sure your knee doesn't go past your ankle. Your knee should be level or behind your ankle. And your hands at shoulder level. Make sure your hands aren't dropping. Make sure they're at shoulder level, looking over the tip of your middle finger. Feeling really strong. Push into the heel of the back leg. Push into the edge of the back leg. Strong. Most of the weight in the edge of the back foot. There's only some weight on the front foot. Good. Breathe and release. Good. And coming up. Changing. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Push it against the edge of the foot and the back leg. Really drive that into the floor. Inhale, exhale. See if you can bend that knee just a touch more. That's it. Good. Make sure your arms are at shoulder level. Good. And now we're going to change it. So we're going to go face the other way. But this time I want you to bring the back foot all around more. So your hips are facing the front. So this time you're going to inhale the arms up and bend the knee. And we've got, this is warrior 2. So your hips should be facing directly forward. Good. And now we're going to try something different. So I want you to just come up and just take your arms out like an airplane. See where you can lift up that back leg. Don't worry if you've never done it. It might be a bit of a struggle, but that's okay. Good. And then release. Change sides. So turn. Make sure you pivot your back foot so your hips are facing directly forward. Inhale and exhale, bend the knee. Keep breathing deeply through your nose. Good. And now you're going to shift the weight to your front foot. And just again, airplane your arms. And just see when you can lift up that back foot. Get some balance. All right, good work. And back to the start. And now just open your legs wide. Make sure the edge of your feet don't have them turned out. Have them turned in a little bit. And then just stretch forward. Just put your hands onto the floor. And just breathe and release. Breathe through your nose and release. If you want more stretch, what you can do is you can bring your hands closer to your feet. That will give you more of a stretch. But if you're happy where you are, stay where you are. Remember, work at 80% of your maximum stretch. Never go to 100%, because then your muscles can't release and you may injure your muscles, which is the last thing you want to do in yoga, is injure yourself. And just relax. If you want, you can walk your feet a little wider if that feels okay. And just breathe and release. Good. And then now just slowly heel toe your feet together until they're about hip width apart. Bend your knees deeply. Put your hands on your hips. And taking your chest forward, gently roll up. Good. And we'll finish with one final stretch. So start with your right leg back, left foot forward, hips are facing directly forward. And what I want you to do, either hold your elbows with the opposite hand. Or the more advanced variation is to try and put your hands in reverse prayer. But don't worry, if that's not happening, just stay here. Inhale and exhale, stretch. Keep the back leg straight, but you can bend the front knee a little if you need to, and just release your head. So just bend the knee as much as you need to, so you're comfortable, and then relax into the posture and breathe. Good, and then inhale, come up. And change your feet. Make sure, your hips are facing straight forward. And inhale, look up. And exhale, release. I might try this in reverse prayer position. Keep breathing deeply. Good, and then inhale, come up. And relax. Good, now we'll do a few inverted postures. So we'll start with dolphin foot pose, which I showed you last time. Have your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Okay, and then what you can do is just go up onto your, straighten your legs, go up onto your feet, and just go backward and forward, dolphin. So keeping, that's it. Going backward and forward, just not quite touching the floor, just stopping before you touch the floor with your body. So this is to build your core strength, which you'll need to do things like headstand and some of the other more advanced postures. Good, and just bend your knees and just go into child's pose. Make a pillow with your arms and relax. Good, and then inhale coming up. And just go onto your tummy. Make a pillow with your arms, turn your head to one side. And we'll start our back bend sequence. So inhale the head, look up, put the arms in front, and lift. And exhale, release. And now take your arms to the side, inhale, lift. Keep your feet on the floor, press on your feet, and exhale, release. Good. Inhale your head, arms behind, and lift. And release. So just play around with this next one. Just lift up your head, bend your heels towards your buttocks, and just see where you can reach back. You can grab your foot or your ankle, whatever you can grab, and just hold. Okay, and you could go up a little bit more if that's possible, and then good, release. Now take your hands underneath your shoulders, take your buttocks towards your heels, and just stretch out your back. Just make a pillow with your arms. Just release your lower back. Good. And now coming onto your back, we'll do bridge. So have your hands by side, palms facing down, feet hip width apart. And as you inhale, lift up your hips. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Inhale, lifting up the hip as high as it'll go. And exhale, keep the hip where it is and release the rest of your spine onto the floor. And then finally the hips. Good, and we'll do one more time. Inhale up. This time, try to interlace your fingers and just roll your shoulders under. You should be able to go into a slightly deeper posture and hold if it's possible. Just take up one leg Back to center, other leg, and release. Bend both knees into your chest. Make a circle with your knees. Good, and now we'll just do a simple stretch. Have your right leg straight, left leg in. Inhale the arms up, and exhale. So don't think about going down. Think of lengthening. Reach forward, keep reaching forward, and then drop your hands wherever they are. So don't worry about grabbing your feet. Just let your hands go as far as you can, and just release your hand. And breathe through your nose. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Change sides. And inhale the arms up. And exhale. Stretch forward, drop your hands to the floor. And just let yourself release. Keep working that breath. Softening, releasing with each out breath. Good, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, release. And both legs together. Inhale the arms up. And just again, bend from the hip. Just shake your hips a little bit. Try and find a bit of room. Extend and drop your hands wherever they go. And just release your head. If your back becomes uncomfortable, just bend your knees a little bit. Or bend them a lot, whatever you need to do. Good, inhale, come up. And now we'll take our legs out wide. That's it, good. And now we're going to half face. So you're going to take your, we're going over to the left side first. So start by grabbing your ankle or shin and just going over. You might have some tightness in your shoulder, so you might feel quite tight, but that's fine. Just go to where you can and just gently release, breathe and release. If you can, you could reach for your toe. If not, just stay where you are. Good, and change sides. Slide your hands down your leg. And just gently turn your chest in towards the room. Try and open your chest a bit as well. Take that top shoulder back. And just release. Good. And just gently bring your legs together. Okay, so we're going to do a challenging pose. I always like to give you one challenging pose. And don't worry, you're not going to, sometimes it takes a while to get this pose, but let's just kind of see what we can do here. So just come up onto your toes, and you're on your hands, and what you're going to do is try and bend the elbows. You're going to try and balance. Okay, what you're going to do is try and put your knees on your upper arm and balance, and just shift your weight forward. Just think of that. Just go here, shift your weight forward, and see whether you can even get one leg off the floor. And then maybe shift your weight forward, other leg off the floor. You don't worry, just and then eventually what you're going to do is try and get your balance. Okay, just keep working with that. Just keep working with just shifting, getting comfortable with the position. You need to have your knee on the upper arm. Try not to let it slide down your leg if you can. Good. And just bring it to a close. And just rest in child's pose. Good, and now we'll get ready for our final relaxation. So let's start by lying on our back. We're gonna lie on our back. Take your arms to the side, straight out to the side. Put your right foot onto your left knee. And just go over to the left. So you're twisting across your body and you're just making a circle with the right arm. Just breathe and enjoy this posture. So the closer you have your hand toward the floor, the more of a stretch there is. If it's too much stretch, bring your hand up away from the floor, and that'll reduce the stress. So find a nice place, make a nice circle with your arms. This pose is really good for your immune system because you have a lot of lymphatic node underneath your armpit. So, and just rotate in the other direction. And try to work through any kinks in the circle. If you have an injury, you'll see there might be some parts of your circle that are a bit tight, but just work your way through, use your breath. Good, and just come back to the center. Arms up to the side, both knees straight, and then put the left foot onto the right knee and go over to the right. So if your head isn't comfortable, then just put a pillow under your head and just make a circle with your arm. Keep breathing, keep your focus, never lose your focus in your practice. Just keep focusing on the breath and then where is it tight? Where can I soften? Where can I release? So just surrender to the posture, just surrender to the moment. There's nothing else to do. And rotate your arm in that direction. Is there a difference between your two sides? You probably feel some postures, there's a big difference between your two sides. Just be aware, become aware of that, and that will change as you do the yoga practice.
Okay, I found this on the web for password. There's a big difference between the two sides. Check it out.
Okay, and then just, let's bring it to a close and just lie down on your back. Good, and just have your feet about hip width apart, let your feet flop out to the side, arms by your side, palms up. And let's just do a progressive muscle relaxation. So start by squeezing the toes of the right foot, tense the leg, lift it off the floor, and release. Squeeze the toes of the left foot, tense the leg, lift it off the floor, and release. And then squeezing your buttocks, lift your hips off the floor, and release. Pressing the small of the back into the floor, tightening your stomach, and release. Lifting up your chest, bring your shoulder blades together, and release. Make a fist with your right hand, tense the arm, lift it off the floor, tense, tense, open your hand wide, and release. Make a fist with your right hand, the other hand, tense the arm, lift it off the floor, and release. Good, and now slowly move your head from side to side, releasing any tension in your neck. Move really slowly. So the neck is quite a fragile joint. So you just need to be very, very gentle with it. And just bring it from side to side. Just taking your ear towards your mat on each side. Good, and come back to center. Finally squeezing all the muscles in your face towards your nose. Squeeze tight, make a lemony, pruny face, and release. And now just take the focus to your breathing. Don't try to change your breath, but just breathe. Breathing through your nose, filling up your belly on each inhalation. And just let everything go. There's no need to hold on to anything. The floor is there to support you. The earth is there to support you. Just let yourself go. And just keep your focus on the breathing and releasing. Scan your body, see where you can release. So start counting your breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2 until 5, and then back to 1. Just keep your focus. If you have thoughts coming into your mind, just gently let them go. Come back to the breathing and focusing on your body. Good, and begin to deepen your breathing. Breathing through your nose. And then begin to move your fingers and your toes. And then hug your knees into your chest.
And then just roll onto your right side and just stay there for a few seconds. Just open your eyes. Just keep breathing. Good, and push yourself up.
Good, and thank you very much.